started today. So first of all, I want to thank you for coming to this session. And I want to thank Women's Council for giving me the opportunity to share this morning. This is my very first speaking engagement with the National Women's Council of Realtors, and I am over the moon excited to share about our strategic partner success. But I want to share a little bit about myself, just so you can kind of get to know me. I am Allison Wax. I am the current president-elect of the Women's Council of Realtors Las Vegas network. And I have been involved with the Women's Council Network, Women's Council of Realtors since 2015. I actually I've been in real estate for 22 years, and I only found Women's Council in about 2015. And how I got involved is interesting because one of my very best friends, Amber De La Garza, she is the productivity specialist. I know that she's spoken for Women's Council National previously in years past, but she was the local speaker for a luncheon, and she said, you should come and hear me speak and see these fabulous women at this organization. So I showed up. I immediately felt connected and I wanted to get involved. My personality is, if I'm happy where I'm at, I want to jump in and get involved. So I joined a committee. I was on a committee for a couple of years, and then another very, very good friend of mine, Lisa Waldeck, was going to be the president in 2018, 19, excuse me. And she asked me to be on her board, and well, the rest is history, as they say. And here I am on year 4 being with the Women's Council of Realtors Las Vegas as their president-elect, and I couldn't be happier. So without further ado, let's get started. So I want to share a little bit about my team. This amazing team, this is our governing board of Las Vegas, and this is our 2022 board. This team of ladies is amazing. So we are just a collective group of amazing individuals that bring something unique to the table. We all have different strengths, different weaknesses. What is so cool about this group is that we are so cohesive. We are a group of 10 amazing boss babe women that truly have the best interest in mind of our network. We are in it for the right reasons, which I know is huge, and everybody wants to work and do their part to elevate our industry and elevate women as a whole in our industry. So I want to do a shout out to my awesome team, and we could not do what we do without collectively working as a group. A little shout out to my gal, Katie Chapin, who those of you may have seen present yesterday on Sam's panel. Go Katie, you're a rock star. So anyways, this is my awesome team. I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge them because gosh, they are amazing, amazing ladies. So let's talk a little bit about our network. So when I was asked to speak about strategic partners and our success with them, I would be remiss if I didn't really go over what our network does as a whole. So that's kind of what I'm going to do initially first, and then we'll go into the strategic partner piece of things. So let's talk a little bit about our network as a whole. So this is just a little FAQ on the Las Vegas network. We currently have 240 members. Yes, 240. We are blessed to be the largest network currently locally. And we are so proud of that number. We worked really hard to get there. We have 24 strategic partners. Yes, 24. I know it's a lot, but they are amazing to us, and we're amazing to them. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit. And our events calendar. So I just want to kind of review what we do and what we have on the table for this year specifically. So we have 6 industry luncheons, January, February, March, April, August, September. We typically charge $50 for members, $60 for non-members, and our attendance at these events are 120 to 150 attendees. And I'm going to tell you, when when we have attendance like this, we're sold out. This past month, I think we sold out the Wednesday before. We have our luncheons the first Wednesday of each month. We just had our last one this past Wednesday, and we have to bring it every single time with quality luncheons, quality speakers that are a draw for membership, and that really set the tone for bringing something new, something unique to the table. And I'm going to tell you that I am super proud that we are consistently doing that month after month. And if your network is not bringing value to the table every single time, the goal for us is that not only our members leave with items of value that they can implement in their business, but that our strategic partners get value out of it too. So we'll go into some of those topics in a little bit. Our top 25 women in real estate event. This is an event that we started, I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. And this event is done in April. It's an evening event. It is for about 250 attendees, and we put it out to all the women in real estate for the prior year in Las Vegas that have gotten to $10 million or more, that they've done 10 million in business. And they get an application to submit to us, and they get rated on multiple things: community involvement. Of course, they get more points for being a Women's Council member, and there's a lot of different things that we grade them on. And then we pick our top 25 women in real estate. We let them know they won. Typically, we try and do a in person, bring them some sort of gift to let them know that they won, and then we gear an event around them and really cater to them, and that's our top 25 women in real estate, to congratulate them on a year well done. We also have 2 member appreciation events throughout the year, June and December. I can tell you what happened last year, just for the sake of sharing. June, we did a winery, Vegas Valley Winery. Yes, there is a winery in Las Vegas. And we basically had wine tasting, we had food trucks, and we had them show us how to make the wine and what they do. So it was really cool. We typically have 100 to 125 members show up. And then we also had one in December, which was our Enchant Las Vegas, which was outside at our Las Vegas ballpark, where it was lit up, and it was just a winter wonderland. And again, that was a great success for us. It was our holiday event, and our members, as well as our strategic partners, get invited to this event. And we always have a fabulous turnout. Our mentorship series. So this is something that we started last year. We created a mentorship series for our members. And basically what we did is we took and asked 4 prior Women's Council of Realtors board members that have met a certain criteria on production, that had value add to bring to the table, and we asked them to be mentors. And then we opened it up to our membership and offered this mentorship series to them. So we had about 25 mentees, and we did a round robin on a quarterly basis. So each mentor would have a different group of people that they would mentor monthly, and then we would just round robin it. So each mentee got to sit with a mentor every quarter, and it was a huge success. We're doing it again this year, and the value add to our members have been second to none. So a huge value add for our members on this, and we're so excited that we did this. Just looking at time. Okay, so our member volunteer community service event. This is something that we do typically in July when we're dark. We put out there to do some sort of volunteerism with our members. We have Share Village that we've volunteered at, Project 150 that we volunteer at. Ultimately, it's something of value that we can do together, maybe give out food in a food pantry, just something togetherness that shows community service and involvement, and we do it as a group with our members. Our Bras for a Cause event. This is done in October, and this is probably one of my favorite events. We typically have about 12 to 15 male models that are then, they are modeling these cool bras that are put together by our strategic partners. Some of our strategic partners are actually picking someone within their company to model these awesome bras. And this event is so cool and so much fun. And last year we raised upwards of $20,000. I think this year we're looking at close to 30 if we can make it. And I think we will. And then our board installation for next year is typically done in November, and we have about 250 attendees for that as well. So that's just kind of our events in a nutshell. The other things that we do are our quarterly member orientations. We do those obviously quarterly. We invite new members to come to that orientation. We invite current members that maybe need a refresher on what their Women's Council benefits are, how to set up their Radius account, specifically what they can do to get more out of their membership. So we offer that to not only new members, but current members that maybe need a refresher or never came to an orientation. And then we have our Wind Down Wednesdays, which we typically try and throw in every quarter. And this is actually a great recruiting tool because we have members bring non-members that may have interest in joining and find out what we're about. We have strategic partners bring potential members, and we get to talk a little bit about our organization, and then we mix and mingle with those folks. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of these have brought on multiple members. I think our last one that we did in person, we got 5 new members right on site. So this is just kind of a list of our FAQ. I wanted to go over what we do so you can see some of the value added items that we put together for not only our members, but strategic partners. Okay, so here we are. This is kind of our benefits of being a strategic partner breakdown. And we want to provide value to them right off the bat. And so we put together a packet, which I'll go into in a little bit, but really the whole goal of being a strategic partner from their eyes is really getting visible and giving opportunities to build productive relationship with realtors, and not just realtors that are doing business in the industry where they can create camaraderie and support and teamwork. Other opportunities to showcase their products and services and their experience. Also, really, it affords the partners an opportunity to become really an indispensable part of their realtor network. You know, the experts in the industry and how to really better serve their clients. So, I mean, I find that I go to the Women's Council Strategic Partner Resource Guide all the time. When I'm looking for someone in a specific category, I need a mover, I'm going to my resource guide because I know that mover has been vetted, and I am going to support Women's Council and do what I can to support those strategic partners because it's a value add for our Women's Council members. So how are they viewed? I think this is really important to go over how they're viewed within our network. So they're really viewed as professionals who really have complementary expertise and that we can share with our realtors to really help them be more successful. And it's a means to help the network better serve them. And then part of the network, this is access to better serve their clients before, during, and after transactions. So a lot of these vendors, strategic partners that we bring on, they're either needed at the beginning of a transaction, in the middle of a transaction, or at the end of the transaction. So we want to be able to have that resource and those resources for our realtor members so they can feel that they've got a group of people they can count upon to service their clients in the best possible way. And that's really the goal. And why are they important? I think we can all agree. I think we all know why they're important, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So they afford us the opportunity to create quality content and put on truly successful events for our members, as well as provide quality vendor connections. I mean, that is the goal. And then they really allow us the opportunity to travel and go to mid-year and go to our end of the year conferences to elevate us and make us better leaders. So that's really the goal. So I like this because we all know that strategic partners that want to be part of our organizations, and we want them part of our organizations, but we've also got other vendors that could be part of that. So the typical ones that we all have, and I think you'll all agree, mortgage, title, which are all important, home warranty, home inspectors, they are all really important, but there's also other great value added services that we could bring to the table. So these are just ideas: attorneys, gift companies, stagers, handyman, photographer, videographer, house cleaner, junk removal companies, roofing company, mold, solar, and then local realtor association. So I want to talk a little bit about this. So we have created such a valuable relationship with our local realtor association, which is our Las Vegas Realtors. We are lucky enough that we only have one here in Las Vegas. I know a lot of you may have multiple, but we created a great relationship with them, and we asked them to support us and be part of our strategic partner network. And I'm going to tell you that the task is to ask, because if you don't ask them to support you, then you're never going to know whether or not they could. And their budgets are hefty, so it's asking, and all they can say is they can't do it. But I bet you anything, if you ask them to support you, they would support you. So they've been a huge support, and you always want your local association in attendance. You want dignitaries, you want board members from your association, you want all of those folks in attendance, because it elevates your membership, and truly people follow the leader. So you want them there to really support it. Then, okay, so the biggest thing that we're going to talk about today is I just kind of laid the groundwork for strategic partnerships, and of course, just our network as a whole and what we do. But we really looked deep to see, are our strategic partners feeling the love? And I got to say that if I'm being 100% honest, there were times when I felt like maybe they weren't. So we collectively as a group made some decisions to turn things around, and I'm going to share all of that with you right now. So we created a position that originally was the education chair, and this position is now called the education and strategic partner chair. And I was this position last year. And this position is dedicated single point of contact for our partners. They handle all personal invitations to our events, whether it be phone, email, text. It's a personal invitation from this board member. They create the one-on-one relationship of transparency and trust. And I think, we can all agree that relationship sets the foundation for working and creating that value add. And it assures that our partners receive the benefits they were promised. So when your partners sign up or re-sign up and recommit for the next year, you have a benefits table that you review with them that goes over all of the items that they're going to get with their specific partnership level. This person assures that partner receives the benefits that they were promised. And honestly, I think this is huge, because we could promise a lot of things, but if we don't deliver, I think we're falling short with our strategic partners. So some strategic partner best practices. These are just some of the things that we found have worked really well, and I want to make sure that I share them with you all today. So initially, we do a meeting. Prior to the pandemic, this was a breakfast meeting, and now we've kind of turned it into a Zoom meeting. And I think that it actually has gone over really well. We get more attendance because sometimes it's harder to get people all in a room at the same time. So we've done an initial meeting to discuss best practices and expectations with our strategic partners on how to get the most out of their partnership. So we typically do this in December. when we've solidified all the partnerships for the prior year. And we talk about best practices. We may even have a testimonial from one or two of our strategic partners about what it's done for their business. And then we do it again in January after we've done our first luncheon, because number one, we've now done our first luncheon of the year, and we want to check in and see, you know, how are things going? What kind of feedback did you get? And share again the benefits for this year, so that everybody's in the loop and we're all on the same page. Next, we're doing quarterly check-ins via Zoom to get feedback and find out really what is working well and what can we improve upon, because I know, you know, all of our networks are work in progress, and some of our strategic partners have been the best source of sharing information and sharing, you know, whether or not things are working, things are not working, and how really to best improve upon things. So they've been the best source for us. And then lastly, and I'm going to stress this point because since we started doing this, I think it's been a game changer. So September, October, we start reaching out to our current partners about recommitting for the next year. So I think this is so key, because if you start reaching out in September, October, and you talk about partnerships with your current partners, you already know who wants to continue, and then you know what additional vendors you can potentially bring on board. And the other piece of the puzzle is this: not only do we get them to recommit, we get them to pay by December. So I'm going to say that again. We get them to pay by December. And the cool thing about that is when you're doing your budgets for the coming year, you know exactly how much money you're working with running into the next year. So when we finished last year in December, we knew exactly going into January how much money we had in our budget for the following year. And that is huge when you're doing planning, and you're planning for the following year on speakers and what events you're going to do. So for us, that has been amazing. And if you're not currently doing that, take that tidbit with you and start doing it, because I tell you, it's a game changer. Okay, I'm frozen. Gotta love it. I love technology, don't you? Hold on. I am trying to go to the next slide. Give me 1 second, ladies and gents. No, we are frozen. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second. I am in frozen mode, so hold on, people. I apologize. Okay, we're going back now. All right, let's try and share the screen again. Sorry, ladies and gents, here we go. All right. All right, are we good now? Can everybody see my screen? Okay, so yes. Thank you. I love technology, it's lovely. All right, so strategic partner packet. So this is something new that we started, and I really feel like this is setting the stage for our partnership and really getting the most value add from the get-go. So we put a strategic partner packet together, and inside of this packet is information on the Women's Council, national as well as local, meaning our local network. We also put together a strategic partner FAQ on how to best work with us and how they're viewed within the network. We put together a benefits table for our partners that breaks down the 3 different levels that we have, and I'll go to that in a minute: silver, gold, and platinum. And then we also have a sheet that talks about our governing board and lays out who's currently on our board with all of their contact information. And then we also have a calendar of events. So this calendar of events is ever changing, but it's the calendar events that we set up by the end of the year for the following year, so that the vendors can plan accordingly, plan ahead, plug those dates into their calendars, and then there may be some tweaks along the way, but we do try and put that calendar out for all of them, so they have that at their fingertips and can plan ahead. Here is a sample of our benefits table, and I just want to briefly kind of talk about this for a minute. So the benefits table breaks down the partnership levels that we have. So we have 3 different partnership levels: silver, gold, and platinum. Our silver level is 2,000, our gold is 4,000, and our platinum is 6,000. What I want to share with you about this benefits table is I pulled it right off of the WCR.org site under Network Tools and Network Glossary. And this table is customizable for each network, and you can plug in the items of value that you're going to add. Specifically for us, we have several, but for different levels, they get different levels of participation based on which level they're at. Just an example, they get tickets to our luncheons, industry luncheons, complimentary tickets for our top 25 women in real estate, comp tickets to our member appreciation events, swag table at our luncheons. So we have a rotation of different vendors who get a swag table at our events. It's sometimes 5 or 6. They set up a table. Our members then tour around to them before they actually go into the luncheon room, and get to know our partners on a different level. And then on the day that they have the swag table, they get recognized at our meeting, they get talked about, and they get 2 minutes to speak about who they are, what they bring to the table, and how the members can work best with them, excuse me. So that is just an idea of the benefits of what we do. There's a lot of other items that come into play, but that in a nutshell is what we've done. I'm frozen again. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I apologize, guys. Okay. I'm going to share again. Okay, calendar of events. So this is our calendar of events, and this just kind of at a glance gives you a look of what we've got on the calendar. I just want to share a few things just for the sake of time. I heard something earlier today that Taffy shared, thank you, Taffy, about really providing quality programs and knocking it out of the park every single time. So that is the way that we have viewed everything on. If you're going to put it on and knock it out of the park. So the partners feel it, the members feel it. And so when we look at who we're going to bring in to actually be our special speakers for the luncheons, we want to bring value add every single time and knock it out of the park. So our first luncheon that we had this year was Dave Tina. He talked about strategic marketing and getting comfortable being uncomfortable and video and all of that we're all scared of, myself included. But he was such a value add. He's a prior Las Vegas.
Allison, sorry to interrupt you, but we're not seeing the slide.
Oh, okay.
We're seeing the Zoom crystal clear audio slide.
It says I'm sharing, so that's weird. Let me stop. I apologize. Let's try this again. It's a love-hate relationship with technology, isn't it?
If you have 2 screens up, you might be sharing the other screen earlier.
Okay. Let's try this again. Tell me if you can see it.
We see it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm loving technology today, aren't we? Okay. So at a glance again, Dave Tina was a prior Las Vegas Realtors president. He is a broker, a high profile broker here in town, and he is a draw, and what he brought to the table was amazing. You know, we got texts, we got emails after, people telling us what great value add that was. And then we did it again in February on Wednesday with Lee Barrett was our speaker, Building Real Estate Wealth. And I'm going to tell you, this guy's unbelievable. He is actually our president-elect for Las Vegas Realtors. He brought it, and this was a topic that I personally don't think I've ever heard presented at any organization. So he really brought the value, and that was our goal. That is our goal, is to consistently bring value add to help the business grow and leave them with tidbits that they can implement in their business immediately. All right. Okay, we're working now. Good job. All right. Ongoing support of our partners so they feel the love. All right. So these are just a few things that we've done that I felt I wanted to showcase today. We have set up reserved seating with a board member at each luncheon to help make intros. So this was the brainchild of our current education and strategic partner chair, Maria Rita Velez. Thank you, Maria. She did. She came up with this idea for us to reserve seating at each event for not only a board member at each respected table, but also our strategic partners. So they get warm introductions from us. It is a great way to break the ice. As you know, a lot of these vendors are not great with the networking piece. So it helps us break the ice for them, introduce them around the table, and really helps them maximize their partnership with us. And I think this has been such a game changer for us at the Las Vegas Network. Private Members Corner Facebook page for interactions, wants, and needs. So our awesome social media gal, Katie Chapin, put together a Facebook corner for us, and this is just for strategic partners and current members, and it's a wants and needs. And if any of our partners have a class that they have going on, they can post it here. Anybody needs a vendor, this is a great opportunity for our strategic partners to jump in and say, I can handle that. You need a mover, I got you. Acknowledgement at each event, they get to stand and be recognized, which we haven't always done. And now they get an opportunity to speak for a couple minutes on rotation. And then creating an event around showcasing our partners. This has been awesome, and I'm going to go into that in a minute. And then include our strategic partner in the welcome emails to all of our new members. We have a resource guide that we use. It gets included in our welcome email, and it has all the information on our partners and all of their contact information. And then social media recognition, when something noteworthy happens to them, we want to be tagged in it. We want to help them get recognized. And this is not only for business, but on a personal level. We want to see the human side of our vendors because people like to see that with them. So if there's some personal stuff going on that we feel we can recognize, we want to do that, something noteworthy. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. We're going to have to go back here. I apologize. I love PowerPoint, but I don't love it today. Okay, let's try this again. All right. Strategic Partner Resource Guide. So our amazing marketing chair, Stephanie Salazar, put this together. If you're not using QR codes, I think you're missing out. I love this. So we put together a resource guide, and we set up a website for all of our strategic partners. It's on Linktree, and basically this code links back to Linktree, which then links back to all of our strategic partners' websites with all of their contact information. This is awesome. I love this. I have this now saved in my phone, so I can refer to it anytime I want. And if anybody that reaches out with our Women's Council chapter needs a vendor, I simply send this to them. This is awesome. Love, love, love this. If you get just one piece out of this presentation today, take this with you. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that we had a event that was strictly showcasing our strategic partners, and this is the event that I was speaking of. So we did something called Brews and Bingo. So isn't it cool when you get to know your vendors on a more personal level? I know for me, that is how true connections start. And so what we did is we decided to reach out to them, find out a fun fact about them, and then create an event around it, which was Brews and Bites. It was an evening with a bingo card. We found fun facts. We had our members fill the card, and the goal was really to connect with our partners in a more relaxed atmosphere. And I just want to share with you some of these things. So one of our partners, she ran 37 marathons. Yeah, 37. One of our partners was a former Denver Broncos cheerleader. And then this is also with our board, owned a bikini wearing hot dog business. That's our current president. Woohoo! Anyways, this was such a fun and well-received event that I know we're going to try and do something just as good this year. So I just wanted to share this idea with you because it went over really, really well, and our partners loved it. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Okay, here we go. I am so sorry. This is gotta love technical difficulties. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen. Moving right along. Okay, so feedback. I spoke about feedback with our partners, and how are we doing on time? Okay, I spoke about feedback with our partners, and I just wanted to share some feedback that we received, because here we are. We ask for a commitment from our sponsors, our strategic partners, and it's a hefty commitment. But if they're not getting the value out of it, then we're not doing our job correctly, right? So I just want to share one of these with you. Just a quick acknowledgement to you all. Thank you for your well-presented meeting. I've been impressed with the professionalism and execution of WCR. In addition to the opportunity to promote to our members, it's really nice to have a well-organized group of professionals to rub shoulders with and learn from. I'm a board member on some other organizations. Hope to bring some of the positive traits I've experienced with you to those organizations I serve. So this really tells us we're doing something right, and it feels really good when we've done something like this. As the old adage, you've come a long way, baby. I feel like we've come a long way. So I love this. Our network is touched when we receive this. So I just wanted to share it with you. So I apologize again. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. And let's try this one more time, shall we? Here we go. Okay, I have a little testimonial I want to share with you.
Allison, this is Shannon. Unfortunately, we can't hear the video.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're going to skip it. So Apologies if you didn't hear the video. It was a little bit low, so my apologies. But what I want to say on this slide is this. Steve is amazing. He is a cool home inspector. Too bad he's not in other states because he's awesome. And he started at the silver level, which was 2000 last year. First time, that was his first year. And he bumped up to gold level this year. And it's because he got value. He would not have done that if he didn't see the value add from our members. And that speaks volume. That's what we want to consistently bring to the table every time. So network gold, real quick. Partners knocking down our door to get involved. Yes, we want that. And we have it. Current members coming back year after year. Yes. Making long-lasting relationships that turn into consistent business opportunities and quality programs that add value and are fun, growth-minded, and really growth-minded for our partners and our members alike. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. Questions? Please put it in the chat if you've got questions. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. I hope that you were able to hear. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen one more time. And I have one last slide to share. Hold on. And of course, now it's not working. I have one last slide to share with you guys. This is my contact information. And imitation is not just the sincerest form of flattery, it's the sincerest form of learning. So if you want any of the things that I talked about today, I am more than willing to share it with you. So reach out to me and I will share as much as I can. I want everybody to kill it with their strategic partners.
Allison, I see one question.
Yes.
Someone is asking, how many people are on the strategic partner work group?
One. So we have our education and strategic partner chair, and then I am, as president-elect, I'm her backup. So it is just the two of us.
How long did it take you ladies to go ahead and gentlemen create the system that you have currently with the events, the link tree?
I'm going to say that it was a work in progress over last year and the beginning of this year. We just recently, we had the connections on our Facebook page, but we just recently did the link tree. And that is a game changer for us with the QR code.
Do you have any like drip campaigns or email templates that you send out that you're willing to share with us as soon as they decide to be a strategic partner?
Yes, I would share. I will be happy to share our strategic partner packet with you. And all you have to do is email me or text me, send me your email address, and I'll share our strategic partner packet. I'll share any of the items. Most of it's in Canva, so I am more than happy to share with you, but I am all about not reinventing the wheel. Let's work smarter, not harder. And I am absolutely happy to share what I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Allison. We've run out of time, but
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I am over the moon thrilled that I got to share with you all, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.